City of Stevens Point Special Common Council Meeting, recorded September 30, 2021.
All right, 5 o'clock. Chris Radford's coming in. At 5 o'clock, I will call the Special Common Council meeting to order. Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Christensen.
Here.
Shore.
Here.
Kemers excused. Zarazua.
Here.
Johnson.
Here.
Slowinski.
Here.
Kneebone.
Here.
Leek.
Here.
Dalton.
She took her microphone off, but I think the timing was off a little bit. She is here, as indicated through chat.
Fischler's excused. Morrow.
Here.
Okay, we do have a quorum. Thank you all for accommodating. We had at least one item on here that was time sensitive, so we appreciate you being able to accommodate the meeting. Item number 2 is a temporary Class B retailer's license for the Northside Conservancy Trust, Inc. For the annual dinner on October 7th at Buchel Park Lodge.
I would move to approve.
Motion by Zarazua. Do we have a second?
I second Alder Morrow.
We'll give it to Alder Leek
For being in person.
for being in person and not being stuck out in space. Discussion. Hearing none, clerk, please call the roll.
Christensen.
Aye.
Shore.
Aye.
Zarazua.
Aye.
Johnson.
Aye.
Slowinski.
Aye.
Kneebone.
Aye.
Leek.
Aye.
Dalton.
Aye.
Morrow.
Aye.
And by unanimous consent, that is approved. Alder Dalton, yes, your computer does have microphone capabilities apparently. Thank you, Mr. Radford, for joining us. Good luck at your annual dinner on October 7th. Item number 3 is the minutes and actions of the redistricting committee meeting of August 26th and September 13th, 2021. Those were included. And the motion.
Motion to approve, Johnson.
Okay, we will give the motion to Johnson, the second to Shore. Discussion.
Mayor, I have a quick question, and I'm not real sure who can answer it. I'm not at all opposed to District 7, but I wondered why that weird little wedge that comes over between 19 and 21, why that was still part of Ward 20. I mean,
Okay.
I'm not opposed to it, but it seems like it,
Well,
because
we
there's
have
really nobody in there.
We have Paul Petrusky here from the redistricting committee as their representative, or Clerk Yenter maybe could speak to that. Generally, and let's take this under minutes, because rather than waiting till the creation of the wards, Paul,
Oh,
if you...
I'm sorry. Oh, I could if you would
That's
rather.
okay, that's okay, because it's all relevant and related to the redistricting. So Paul, if you could approach the lectern and give us a general idea of what the committee did and what their purpose and ultimate outcome was.
The purpose of the redistricting required every 10 years after the census. Typically, city clerk's office would have received census data at the end of March and then had several months in order to redraw districts. This year, with the census data being late, as in August of this year it was received, and it had to be completed by October, a certain date in October, there's not a ton of time. Some of the things that we do, we have to balance each district. They have to be within a certain percentage. We wanted to keep the districts between 2,200 people and 2,400 people. The districts must remain contiguous. You can't have a space between districts. You can't skip over general areas to do that. And then the other thing that we have to do is to keep the wards within each district balanced in population as close as possible as well. Things that we're not allowed to take into account is the current makeup of the city council and where those city council members live. We just draw the districts Without regards to that, if somebody gets placed in a district with another alder, that's where the chips fall. The complicating factor this year is under the 10-year, we lost over 1,900 college students. So we had to do some moving, especially in the college district areas. So as we talked with Alderman Leak, we moved the western boundary of District 8 to move people closer to the university, which necessitated changes in Districts 2, 3, 11, and trickled down all the way to the west side. The only districts that remained pretty much the same are Districts 6 and 7. Everybody else saw some districts. And then there's some negotiation with the county because we have to divide up our city aldermanic districts amongst county board supervisory districts as well. We want to try and keep it as least confusing as possible, not only for the staff in the clerk's office, but for voters when it comes time to vote every spring, every other spring, and even numbered years for supervisory districts as well as poll workers. Unfortunately, there are some districts that are going to be divided amongst 4 county board supervisory districts starting in 2022, and that's districts 9, 10, and 11.
Okay, thank you. Mary, did that answer your, I'm sorry, Alderperson Kneebone, did that answer your question?
Not exactly, but if it's more appropriate at the next time, I'll ask. It really should look at the map because it's a weird wedge of Ward 20 that slides in between.
Right. Yep,
And I
we're
wondered
looking
why we
at it.
needed that. Is it because to make it contiguous?
Yes.
If you're
Okay.
looking, Alder Kneebone, if you're looking at Ward 20, it slides into that Ward 15, if that's the area you're looking at. That is considered a census block so we cannot break or split census blocks. So that's the reason for that little slice there.
Okay, I wondered why because there's really nobody in there, why it couldn't be part of 21 or
Yeah,
19.
no, it's
Right.
it's one large, long.
Gotcha.
slip. Yes.
Gotcha. Thank you. That absolutely does. And I was not opposed to it at all. We still get the award for the most oddly shaped district. But I just wanted to clarify that in my own mind. So thank you very much. I'm fine with that.
Perfect, and thank you, Mr. Petrusky, I appreciate that. So, again, the motion is to approve the minutes and actions of the redistricting committee meetings for August 26th and September 13th. Are there any more questions relating to that? Seeing none, clerk, can I get a roll call, please?
Morrow,
Aye.
Dalton,
Aye.
Leak,
Aye.
Kneebone,
Aye.
Slawinski,
Aye.
Johnson,
Aye.
Zarazua,
Aye.
Shore,
Aye.
Christensen.
Aye.
And unanimous consent, that is also approved. Item number 4 is a resolution with the creation of those wards located within the city. Map called Exhibit B1 was included in your packet. I want to thank the hard work of the redistricting committee. That is a volunteer position, and they did an excellent job. Also, thanks to the clerk's office who did a lot of the heavy lifting in that regard. I need a motion.
Alder Morrow, so moved.
Thank you. Motion by Morrow,
Second.
second by Christensen. Discussion. Hearing and seeing none. Clerk, please call the roll.
Christensen,
Aye.
Shore,
Aye.
Zarazua,
Aye.
Johnson,
Aye.
Slawinski,
Aye.
Kneebone,
Aye.
Leak,
Aye.
Dalton.
Dalton, we didn't hear you. Okay, she voted through the chat with aye. There must be another snafu with the microphone.
And Morrow.
Aye.
And again, unanimous consent, that is approved. Item number 5 is some mayoral appointments, predominantly for the resignation of the former First District alderperson and replacing that with newly elected, or appointed rather, Mark Christensen. Most of the appointments stood in line with the former alderperson for that district. However, Mr. Christensen really enjoyed his service on the Transportation Commission that he served on as a citizen, As an alderperson, he can't take a citizen appointment, so Alder Leek has agreed to take the Administrative Appeals Board position, and Alder Christensen will then take the vacancy on the Transportation Commission. So I need a motion.
I would move.
Motion by Zarazua. Second by Leek. Discussion? Hearing and seeing none, clerk, please call that roll.
Morrow,
Aye.
Dalton,
Aye.
Leek,
Aye.
Kneebone,
Aye.
Slawinski,
Aye.
Johnson,
Aye.
Zarazua,
Aye.
Shore,
Aye.
Christensen.
Aye.
And unanimous consent, that is approved. Our agenda is exhausted, and we are adjourned at 5:10. Have a good evening, everyone.
A video of this meeting is available for viewing on the city's website, stevenspoint.com/videos.